We're so glad to welcome you to the International Apostolic House of Prayer. My name is Bruce Langley, and we are officially having a service under a tree in Nashville, Georgia. You say, what on earth are you doing under a tree having a church? Well, the Bible says where two or more gather in my name, I will be in the midst of them. So it's a pretty day, and we're going to believe God to be with us today. I want to talk a little bit from a subject that's found in John chapter 8, verse 48 through 58. And you're probably like me, seems like we always hear somebody that's questioning whether or not the words of the Lord are true or not, or that we should follow the words of the Lord. Some people scoff at the Bible. Some people find that it's not what they really like, and so they find every reason in the world to discredit the Bible, claiming that there's so much discrepancy within the Bible that there's just no real reason to base our faith on it. The Bible is the most consistent piece of literature that mankind has ever known, and you can check that out with a number of different references. Josh McDowell has an excellent book, Evidence That Demands a Verdict, that tells the truth of this in particular. If you'd like to look at it, I challenge you to read it. If you're a skeptic about that, get that book and read it, and be open to what you read. I want to talk about it today in John 8, chapter 48. The Bible says the Jews answered him, "Are we not right in saying that you're a Samaritan and have a demon?" They thought Jesus had a devil. Jesus answered, "I do not have a demon, but I honor my Father, and you dishonor me. Yet I do not seek my own glory. There is one who seeks it, and he is the judge. Very truly I tell you, whoever keeps my word will never see death." The Jews said to him, "Now we know that you have a demon. Abraham died, and so did the prophets, yet you say, whoever keeps my word will never taste death. Are you greater than our father Abraham who died? The prophets also died. Who do you claim to be?" Jesus answered, "If I glorify myself, my glory is nothing. It is my Father who glorifies me, he of whom you say he is our God, though you do not know him. But I know him. If I would say that I do not know him, I would be a liar like you. But I do know him, and I keep his word. Your ancestor Abraham rejoiced that he would see my day. He saw it and was glad." Then the Jews said to him, "You're not even yet 50 years old, and have you seen Abraham?" Jesus said to him, "Very truly I say to you, before Abraham was, I am." So they picked up stones to throw at him. But Jesus hid himself and went out. Now you're saying, are you slamming the Jewish race because of this? I'm going to say no. This is not something that's unique to Jews to deny Jesus. There are people all over this world who have chosen a course to not accept or not consider the words that Jesus Christ said. But he said something that's helped me out a lot. He said, "If you don't believe my words, you believe me for my work's sake." And I challenge anybody today that would like to know whether or not Jesus Christ is real and whether he's true, open your heart and ask him to do something. Pray to him and ask and see if he'll do it. The Bible says, call on him and he will answer you and show you great and mighty things that you don't know. Can somebody ask God something that's wrong or amiss that he won't do? Absolutely. God is merciful and won't answer a lot of your questions or your prayers if they're not supposed to be for your good. But if you're praying something for your good and you're asking God to help you with it, the Bible tells us that all things work together for the good of those that love the Lord and who are the called according to his purpose. If you love God, if you're a person that says you love God and you're praying and asking God for help, he won't turn you away. He won't let something happen to you that's not for your good. You say, "Well, Goodness, I can tell you a list of things, man, that has happened to me that has been tough, rough. I have had great loss. I've seen the death of people that were dear to me. You just remember that it was man's initial action that brought death into this world. It wasn't God. And anybody that God intervenes and helps, he does so in spite of man's own his own commission of wrong. I challenge you today, call on the Lord. Seek the Lord while he may be found, the Bible says. And you will find that it wasn't just a man that said before Abraham was, I am. But it was somebody, well, the Bible says, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. But 1 John 3:16 is also in there, and it says, hereby perceive we the love of God, that he laid down his life for us. Jesus was God manifested to us in the form of a man. I can't tell you what the relationship was between God and spirit, God and flesh. I can't tell you. I can't explain the mystery of that unique relationship between God the Father, the Father of spirits, and the Christ that came to be. I would like to know more about that, and I've read much history, but there is a uniqueness about that relationship that doesn't exist anywhere else. He was the restored Adam. He was what Adam was like before Adam sinned. He was something and someone unique. God's Spirit overshadowed Mary and fathered that being, Jesus Christ. And in the process, the Father gave his name to his Son, just like we do today in our families. The fathers give their names to their children. And so it is that today he still continues to apply his name to those that are faithful and obedient to his word. Take a chance. I challenge you today, take a chance. If you're living in a place where you're desperate for help, the Bible says that he will help those who have no helper. But you've got to call on God. You've got to seek God. And in the process, God will answer your prayer. How about it? Why don't you just try him out? Test him a little bit. See if he won't help you. You'll be surprised at the answer. I'm so glad you're listening today. And we invite you to come back and listen some more.